Hi guys, my name is George Wilkinson and welcome back to the channel. This is the Global Scholar YouTube channel. Today I am out and about and I am bringing you this video from the River Dee right here in Aberdeen. I actually came to cover an event. It didn't happen, and so I decided to make use of the time and bring you guys some more content, some more videos. All right, so in this video I just want to share with you an update of my life here in Aberdeen, what has been happening since I last graduated and the journey so far. And so for some of you who may not know, and even for those who know, I came here in Aberdeen in October 2020. Yes, and I started my master's in international marketing at the Robert Gordon University. Unfortunately, I came at a time when the COVID was at its peak, and so I had to do most of my studies indoors. It was a very, very difficult time, not just for me, but for everybody around the world. At that time, movement was very, very restricted. There wasn't any student jobs, and it was a very difficult time for students as well. One of the reasons why I decided to come to Scotland or to the UK to do my master's was for that international exposure. I wanted to travel outside and meet other people from other places from around the world, and to learn from other people from around the world, connect with different minds, and to have a very different learning experience. I did have a very different learning experience, but not quite the one I imagined. But nonetheless, it has been a very, very exciting journey for me. Why I decided to come to Aberdeen, why I chose Aberdeen, why I chose Scotland, why I chose Robert Gordon University. And for me, to be very honest, I wanted the experience, but I also had a budget. I wanted, a good school. I wanted a school that had a very good reputation, for good academic standards and for producing top-notch graduates. And so my research landed me with the Robert Gordon University. But fortunately for me, I had heard about Robert Gordon University previously from back home in Ghana. And also from my friend, a very good friend of mine who had been here, I think 4 years or 3 years before I arrived here. And so I got some, good recommendations from him. He spoke highly of the place. And also with what I found out myself, I made that decision to come to Aberdeen and to the Robert Gordon University. Well, after a year of my studies here, I must say that I've never regretted my decision to come to Aberdeen. And in choosing Robert Gordon University, it has been a fantastic experience for me. Even though I studied entirely online, comparatively I can say that the standard of the education is very high, it's very good, and it's the reason why I speak highly of the university every time in my videos. Now, for a lot of international student hopefuls who are looking at studying in the UK, one of the questions that really comes up a lot is the issue of scholarships, and if a university is offering scholarship. What I say is that there are general scholarships that are being offered by some prominent organizations and bodies such as the Commonwealth Scholarships and the Chevening Scholarship. However, some of the universities also have their own scholarship programs, so it pays to do a bit of research. How I go about finding if a university offers scholarship is by going to the university's website, looking at the course that I want to study, and then looking at the funding options that are available for that course. So if a university is offering scholarship for that course, usually they will state it on the course page and give you information about the scholarship that is available for that course in particular. But I will say and say again to whoever is watching that it pays to do a bit of research, to read more, to visit the pages often, and to find out what the universities have to offer. Another thing that's very common is for the universities to offer some form of discount for international students. And so I, for instance, got a discount on my tuition fees, which was very generous. So you may not have access to a full scholarship per se, but you may be eligible for a discount, which I think that you can take advantage, or you should take advantage of. And so if a university is offering a discount on a course and it helps, cut down the cost of your tuition, go ahead and take it. If you are thinking about coming to study with your family, by all means do. Aberdeen is a fantastic place. That is, if you're considering Aberdeen, it's a great place for family life. What I love about the town is that the town is laid back. It's not so chaotic like some other places. It's very laid back. The people are chill. The people are okay. And I think that that's one of the things that a lot of international students want to know before they travel. They want to know how the people are like. Aberdenians are friendly people. The Scottish people are very friendly people. They're easygoing, and generally Aberdeen is a very compact, beautiful city, very easy to live in. And one thing I personally love is that cost of living is very low. Rent is considerably or comparatively much better here than elsewhere in other bigger cities. And so it makes sense for me to want to come here to study and live my life here. And so that's probably one thing that you should consider. Another talking point is about jobs. Like I said earlier, I came in a time because of the COVID, there wasn't student jobs available, and this was a general issue all across the UK and across the world. However, with the easing of restrictions and with the vaccination and all that's going on recently, a lot of businesses have opened up, and if you visit the jobs portals, there are lots of jobs. There are lots of job opportunities that students are applying to. I know several students who have landed jobs, and it all boils down to you and how diligent you are. If you want it, you will find it. And so it pays to take the effort to come here rather than being skeptical and not making the move at all. If you're also thinking about living here long term, that's not a bad thing to be thinking about. I would say that one of the key things you have to look at is what course you come to study and how in demand professionals in that area are. So for instance, a course like public health professionals are really in demand. I've made a video about it. I'll link it in the description box below. You can come to the UK or come to Aberdeen and study public health, and there is a high demand for health professionals for the health sector here in the UK. So with such a course, you are increasing your probability of getting hired or getting a job right after graduation, and that will lead or help you to elongate your stay here. Nonetheless, let me be quick to add that regardless of whatever course that you study, there are jobs on the job market. You will have to be diligent with your search and be a bit aggressive about your search for them. If you seek, you will find. And so let no one deceive you and say that there are no jobs, it's difficult. Yes, it's difficult at home, it is difficult abroad, it's difficult everywhere, but if you are diligent with your search, like I'm saying, you will find a job. When it comes to fun and recreation, Aberdeen has some pretty exciting, fantastic places where you can visit with your friends, hang out and have a good time. Watch out for my video. I will be making a video about the top 10 places in Aberdeen that you need to visit, and just for recreation and entertainment and all that. So watch out for that video coming soon on the channel. When it comes to security, Aberdeen, it's a very secure place. It's easy to move about even at night. I once picked up a student job where we go to university, and this job closed at around 3 a.m, sometimes 4 a.m. And it was safe to just walk from my job and then walk home. Crime rate is extremely low. The police are patrolling the streets almost every time, every night. So it's very safe. It's a very safe place to live. One warning I want to give you about Aberdeen is that do not underestimate the weather here in Aberdeen. It can get very cold. It's one of the coldest places I know even the Scottish people here say that it is cold. They attest to the fact that it is very cold here in Aberdeen. So for instance, as at the time of filming this video, we are in April. We are in spring, but a couple of days ago it was snowing. It's been snowing for the past couple of days. The week prior to that, the sun had been shining throughout. The weather was incredibly fantastic. It was warm, it was beautiful. But just this week it's been snowing, it's been raining. Someone once said that Aberdeen is the only place that you can experience all 4 seasons in just one day, and I'll vouch for that. It is true. It can snow, it can rain, it can be windy, and it can be sunny all in one day. Okay dokie guys, time to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I brought you some value with some of the things that I shared. If you still have any questions, like I say, always drop them in the comment section below. If you want to contact me personally, send me an email at myglobalscholar@gmail.com. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe to this channel. Let's keep growing this community, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Bye bye.